The ingredients for life are simple: energy, organic molecules, and liquid water. Billions of years ago, all of life consisted of single cells. Rapid reproduction and efficient survival were the name of the game. Cells successful at both endured. All others perished. Because life was all that mattered, competition for it was undoubtedly ruthless. But at some point, hidden in the recess of deep time, the rules changed. Cells not only abandoned ruthless competition, but also learned to cooperate. Not only that, they also learned to sacrifice their own lives. Survival on Earth is a surprisingly tricky business. It's not only brief, but dismayingly tedious. It is a weird feature of our existence that the planet we all call home is very good at creating life, but even better at extinguishing it. Just take our bodies. Billions of body cells in our brain, blood, muscles, and bones will die a certain death. How did life come to be that way? How did cells, unthinking lumps of protoplasm, learn to sacrifice life itself? In the womb, all human body parts, be they simple like hair and nails or intricate like eyes, form through an unimaginably complex communication process. Millions of cells release thousands of molecules as signals that crisscross the embryo and contain instructions to other cells. Move over here, move over there, bulge, flatten, swell, shrink, divide or die. The respondents follow their instructions and talk back. This cellular conversation is as carefully orchestrated as a symphony, but vastly more complex. Some of the nothing of the universe coalesced into a tiny bit of matter and energy that can know it's here. You. The thought of being a human may be nice, but our bodies are nothing but chemical reactions that occur while we are alive. And after that, different chemical reactions that happen when we die. What is odd is that the atoms that flock together to form living things on Earth are exactly the same atoms that decline to do it elsewhere. If you were to pick yourself apart, one atom at a time, you would end up with a mound of fine atomic dust, none of which had ever been alive, but all of which had once been you. Yet, somehow for the period of your existence, they will answer to a single rigid impulse, to keep you, you. And the only thing special about the atoms that make you is that they make you. That is, of course, the miracle of life. An average human lifespan consists of about 3 billion heartbeats. More than anything, your heart wants to beat. This purpose is built into its very structure. Heart cells grown in a petri dish start to contract spontaneously, seeking out other cells to synchronize in their rhythmic dance. In this sense, cardiac cells and the organ they create are social entities. Moreover, the heart doesn't just pump blood to other organs, it pumps blood to itself. We cannot see our own eyes. We must struggle to use our minds to change our way of thinking. But the heart is different. In a sense, and unlike any other organ, the heart is self-sustaining. Of all the connections of the heart, to emotions, to thought, the link between the heartbeat and life is perhaps the strongest. We associate the heart with life because, like life itself, the heart is dynamic. From second to second and on a microscopic scale, the heart is the only organ that discernibly moves. Through its murmurings, it speaks to us. Through its synchronized contractions, it broadcasts an electrical signal several thousand times more powerful than any other in the body. Eventually, this sanguine dance must come to an end. Our finite lifespans remind us that human beings are part of nature, not apart from it. For some, this perspective might seem depressing. After all, what's the point of those heartbeats when weighed against the gravity of the universe? But if all you get are those 3 billion heartbeats, then what happens here, to your life, to the people you know, and to the world you can affect, matters. After all, the odds of you being alive are basically zero, and yet, here you are. To be here now, alive in the 21st century and smart enough to know it, You had to be the beneficiary of an extraordinary string of biological good fortune. Every once in a while I'm struck with a moment of insight, a sense of wonderment and amazement that I'm alive at all, that I'm conscious, that I'm a self-aware and sentient being. Amidst the countless inanimate objects in the world around me, somehow this lump of gray matter in my head is conscious. I didn't exist for billions of years of cosmic history, or for thousands of years of recorded human history. And yet I'm here, if only for a little while, before I again blink out of existence once again. The mere fact that anything at all is conscious, gray matter or otherwise, should itself be surprising. The problem of explaining exactly how and why consciousness seems to emerge out of unconscious gray matter is called the hard problem of consciousness by CHALMERS. And yet, even if we were to answer this hard problem of consciousness with a full understanding of why and how this gray matter in our brains produces it, would we find it any less startling and surprising that we are here, alive, and within this vastness, somehow conscious of ourselves and of the cosmos as a whole, looking at the universe through our own tiny windows into reality? And suddenly there's this voice scratching at the back of my mind asking, can we stretch out these moments of insight and wonderment and make them last for more than the fraction of a second that they typically seem to last? Or will we simply let these moments pass again and again, like a missed train for which we arrive too late to catch a ride, never reaching the cosmic insight which these moments leave us yearning for, a Gnostic tantra for our minds, teasing our consciousness with the faintest glimmer of cosmic understanding, but never satisfying, leaving us wanting for more, but never yielding the deeper understanding we long for as humans and as sentient beings. I blink and the moment is gone, sometimes before I'm even able to formulate a single thought in response to the sensation. It strikes me that this must be the meaning of the term ineffability that is so favored by philosophers. A feeling, sensation, or experience unable to be captured adequately in words, or grasped by our rationality with its vast ability to colonize almost every other aspect of human experience, converting all it touches into lifeless propositions and axioms. And yet, those moments do exist. I am real. I am conscious. I am self-aware. I am alive at this moment in time. And so are you. You can see a sunset, climb a tree, kiss another living fragment of this universe. And in the end, even if you and I cannot do a single thing of cosmic importance, we are capable of performing acts of incredible subjective value by making another life a bit better than it was before we found it. When you see something beautiful in someone, tell them. It may take seconds to say, but for them it could last a lifetime. Tell someone to have an amazing day. Tell them that their hair looks beautiful. Smile at someone for no reason. Embrace your tininess, your insignificance. Because even if you won't invent the next life-saving medical treatment or find a way to colonize Mars, you matter. You should matter to yourself. If you want something from life, you have to want it as bad as you want air.